what's going on, guys? Kalamazi here, and today on PTR, the Mage Tower was open for testing. Now, Demo, Destro, AF, every single spec in the game is actually up, and if you did it in Legion, the challenges are basically the same, barring scaling. So, I completed AF on stream. We'll have an AF video up soonish. I will say AF is the easiest one, hands down. It's not even close. I didn't really look at many videos or guides for these challenges before I did them. I looked at one video last night per spec, and that was basically it. I sort of wanted to go in half blind and figure it out. Here's the new transmog, in case you guys haven't seen it, by the way. My purple beard is here. Besides that, it looks pretty awesome. So, Affliction is incredibly easy. It's very, very, very simple. I just sort of killed it on my third pull, not really knowing what was going on. The boss just literally died. I looked up against 10%, so I just killed him. Now, I didn't complete Destruction on stream. It's actually bugged and putting you in this scenario at a lower eye level than it's intended. Regardless, I did get close with Demonology, but I was running on like 2 hours of sleep over like 36 hours. I didn't kill it on stream, but I came back after taking a nap and killed it in a few pulls. So this is going to be the Demonology Mage Tower kill that I have. For this, talent-wise, I guess gear-wise, it's whatever. You're scaled to eye level 50, eye level 50, something like that. Now you can, from what I've seen, enter the Mage Tower at level 45 or higher, which is pretty cool for alts. If you haven't leveled them or geared them up, it's perfect. Your gear is scaled down, so as far as itemization goes, barring wanting like haste over crit or vice versa, you're pretty much just fine with whatever you have on. Now, as far as gear went, I did play Ruby, I played Changeling. The big thing with Demonology, though, is the talents. This is what I ended up playing. Strength, Doom, hear me out, Doom, Demon Skin, Soul Strike, Coil, Felguard, and Demonic Consumption. Now, you could play maybe FTS here, I guess, or Vile Fiend, but honestly, Soul Strike just is a bit of movement, and this fight is pretty movement heavy, especially later on when things get amped up. You play Demon Skin over Pact. Yes, Pact is good, but Demon Skin goes a long way with, like, you know, partial damage-based effects coming in and your pet surviving. It's actually really big because your pet can take a good bit of damage in this fight depending on what's going on. Now, Doom is the hot topic or talent of choice here that I took in this row. It might seem debatable. It's not. Here's the damage breakdown. It's not. Doom carries this fight. There's 3 permanent targets. You Doom all 3, and you just keep Doom up, and Doom whittles them down while you're doing 8 million mechanics at once. And, you know, it's basically setting up tyrants, maintaining Doom, breaking the shield, and cleaving and killing the boss. You know, there's a really nasty overlap towards the end of the fight with like runes, a dodge, sort of a shield, and then a fear cast with her big AoE coming out. And also a whirlwind. But if you get past that, it's not too bad. So with that being said, this is the actual video. By the way, no legendaries, soulbinds, covenants, conduits. This crap doesn't all work. So just ignore this. I was playing Destro stuff. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't work. So baseline talents, 100%. Once again, play Doom. You can try calling, but it's just not worth it. I tried it myself. There's maybe a bit of flexibility in this row here, like Vile Fiend instead. But for the most part, Doom did so much work. So that being said, let's get into the actual video. Dudes, this transmog is sick. Are you kidding me? It's actually insane. Oh, by the way, you only need to finish 1 challenge to unlock it. You don't need all 3 or 2, whatever. It's, yeah, just do AF. Okay, so I watched the video back and realized that I wasn't streaming. There really isn't a whole lot of commentary on it, so I figured I'd try and do a bit of a voiceover here over the actual play. So, number 1 here, I'm putting my circle on the left-hand side. The runes spawn here, across from here, basically in like one of the 4 quadrants of this circle here. So having your circle on one and trying to hang towards a different part of the runes, or I guess the circle is actually pretty important, so you can cover the runes quickly if possible. So the runes need to be soaked. I was dropping a gateway for a while, but I actually never even used it, so it was sort of just irrelevant for the most part. Now, once again, I am playing Doom, pull my pet out here, eat rune, whatever. The opener is a little different, but typically I drop my circle there and I'll shift towards the right. So I'm already hovering over the first rune. If it spawns, I'm able to just stand on it quickly, soak it, move from there. Now they can spawn 3 runes, 2 runes. I've even seen 1 from times in varying patterns and varying sizes. Opening on bolt here, lusting. I'm going to apply 3 Dooms off the bat here. 1, 2, 3. Keep in mind, Doom's duration is actually very, very short compared to what it used to be. So going into a Tyrant setup here, Felguard, Dreadstalkers, build the 5, hand, Shadowbolt, hand, Tyrant. I'm going to strength here, I believe. Tyrant, strength, and reapply Dooms. Doom, Doom, Doom. Now you can weakness 2 of these bosses and tongues 1 if you want. It's up to you. I didn't do it. I was tired of doing it over and over. I was dying to like dumb things. I wasn't dying to being meleeed. So this boss here begins to charge somebody. I have a macro that targets him and applies first exhaustion right there. So he's exhausted. He's good to go. And if he gets close to you, you can sort of just circle out of it anyways, and you're pretty much fine for the most part. Now I'm relatively safe here. Most of the time, I'm just waiting for runes to spawn. You can get a bit of damage in here too. Some implosion value if you want. Dooms are expiring. Refresh Dooms here. Here are 3 runes. 1, I can circle over there if I need to. Number 2, covered, and we can run to the 3rd one here. Now you might also see some like a handful of yellow runes dropping into the room. Those are the healing orbs. You can grab them periodically, and if you don't need to grab it initially, it's actually worth saving because there are a handful of unfortunate effects that can hit you. Double runes here. So that actual air horn going off is her cast. It's like blood of her father or something like that. Sort of awkward. You need to fear that. It needs to be really, really fast. I actually have a macro to target her and just cast fear, like a snap fear. Because if you're not fast enough, she will actually cast a pulse, and then when her fear breaks, she'll come back in and pulse the remainder of it. It's really awkward. I'm not sure if it's bugged or not. You also cannot coil her unless you coil into a fear. If the coil breaks, she'll still start pulsing. It's really awkward. So once again, refreshing dooms here, moving into boss. The next ability we're going to see here, I believe, is the shield on Rune Seer. I'm setting up, have my pets in. There it is. Shield comes up. At times I'll hold strength for this, at times I won't. It just depends. But going in here, just popping dogs, popping stuff here. We have Tyrant going in, dogs, Tyrant, refresh dooms. I wait a little bit to actually kick the cast here because we have other mechanics coming in. So this is the first angel wall coming in. You just find a hole in it, basically chill in the area. Super easy to dodge, and this is big damage here. Once again, refreshing dooms. You can get some implosion cleave in if you want, but for the most part, they're sort of going to spread out a bit. The Rune Seer doesn't really move a whole lot. I've only had him move one time. Without Demo having a silence, he just sort of sits there. Now, this is the actual Blade Storm. You have to be out of this. The outer edge of the white circle is actually safe, it seems, but you don't want to be anywhere near the center. Once again, the air horn is the blood of the father cast. Just fear her away. It's good to go. If you can redoom her before she runs away, awesome. Do it. If not, at the end of the world. So we have Tri-Soak here. I'll grab the orb. You can see the runes that are smaller. Some can spawn in a pretty small pattern, so you don't have a whole lot of room to actually get in there. Now, being positioned towards the center of the room helps, obviously. Runes back to back with angels coming in here. Once you find the safe spot, I risk this here getting that, but we're actually okay. Try and reapply dooms if we can here a little bit. We have Tyrant at about 30. We should have another Rune Seer shield coming up, I believe, soon. Yep, here we go. Here's the shield. Just honestly hand bolt cycles here. We have dogs coming up. We don't really need to like Grimoire this or anything. We can just hold for bigger Tyrant. And the big thing here, Angel Wave coming in here again. If you can hold for your Tyrant and not have to like desync like a strength or like a Grimoire or anything, it's super, super important. I think I barely catch this kick here too. Yeah, right about there. I barely catch the kick. I've had the desync Grimoire times before there, but I didn't need to here. So I can just start setting up, basically building the 5 here, hit my Ruby, going into Grimoire. Another Angel Wave coming in here. Regardless, cast our dogs, get a couple of hands in, cast a Tyrant. You can see the bosses actually just drop here. I go here, actually soak a rune, cast Tyrant, soak other rune, and bosses are just melting. 33, 32. They share health. Now, the final boss, I believe, has to hit 10%. Sigrun, I believe, 10, 15-ish. So the bosses are closer to dying here than it actually seems. And for one, there's one nasty overlap coming in here when the actual melee one, Jarl, does his like whirlwind ability. This is the most dangerous part of the fight with the angel overlaps, double rune soaks, and the whirlwind should be coming up here pretty soon. You have to make sure, here's the actual kick too. Yep, it's kick, or I guess fear, into Blade Storm. You have to make sure your pet doesn't die here. Now, if you want to make a Fell Domination Felguard macro, feel free to do so, to Fell Dom and back out. But once you live through that, the fight's more or less over. You have like single mechanics coming up, I believe a soak, like Angel Wall and the soak. And for the most part, you're just chilling. You kill a Jarl, and then the other one, Rune Seer, just goes down too. And Sigrun's there. You can see the actual power of Doom here too. For the most part, I'm just running around refreshing Dooms when I can, but Doom does a lot of damage. I go really low here. I almost throw in the end. I don't actually interrupt the cast. I was out of range dodging the wall. Very important there. You can correlate if you want. I probably should have positioned a little better, but the orbs here nonetheless. Jarl basically goes down now after this. Rune Seer goes down quickly after that, and then Sigrun's there with Doom sticking, and yeah, for the most part, the fight is just over. Rune Seer dies, I believe, at 10. One final Angel Wall. We're more than fine here. Rune Seer goes down at 10. I guess we have a shield here. I forgot. We have to break this actual Ancestral Knowledge shield. Break it. It's super easy. 2 targets. Nothing to worry about here. If you have like a Grimoire or some CD up, just pop it. Break it. Whatever you need to. I break it plenty early here. We're at like 8 seconds. I Tyrant it actually. It's broken. Kick it. It dies. Boss is here. Final Angel Wall dodge. Sigrun, Tyrant's carrying over into her, and the boss is dead at 20%. Not too bad. The big thing here to take home, hopefully that wasn't too fast. I know I talked sort of fast, so my apologies. The big thing, just try and maintain your Dooms. You can cast Doom, you can refresh Doom on the move. Doom puts out a crazy amount of damage in this fight and actually just hard carries. I tried Demonic Calling. You can probably do it, but it's just not worth the struggle. It might seem like Doom's a pain, a headache to manage, and it sort of is, but if you're moving, just refresh Doom. Hit a Soul Strike, and just go from there. Fear things, be fast in your fears, make a macro / target Sigrun / cast fear if you need to. You can make an exhaustion macro. You can make a handful of macros for this fight. That's basically it. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully that wasn't too fast. I do I do speak sort of fast at times, but trying to do a play-by-play on the fly of this fight at 3:48 in the morning, I'm really tired, isn't the best, but I wanted to get it out. People are interested in it, they're asking about it, and well, yeah. I will indeed list the macros for like Feldom, Felguard, slash Tar Fear, and slash Tar Exhaustion down below. They're super simple to make, but I'll just put them down there for you guys if you want them, and they are useful in this fight. So yeah. Once again, no soul shape, no covenant abilities for legendary or something like that. So if you're like me, don't try and hit soul shape 5 times in a row, because as tempting as it is to try and soul shape across the room and soak a rune, it doesn't really work very well. To a similar extent, if you like any weak auras that you've seen here, they're all indeed available to you guys for free on my Twitch. If you want to swing by, hang out, grab them, feel free to do so. I also want to give a massive shout out to my patrons. Thank you guys a million times for all support. I really, truly do appreciate it. If you guys are interested in supporting potentially, there should be a link somewhere up here or down below and in the video description to my Patreon. With all that being said, if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them down in the comment section below. I'll be sure to get back to you. With that being said, thanks for watching, and I will catch you all again soon on stream. Peace.